yours forever, whether you like it or not. Had their chance to behave better, now they boil in a pot.
Adam is one of the best antagonists and villains I've seen in a while, and probably just one of my personal favorites overall. Now, is a big part of that due to Alex Brightman's delightfully fun performance as him? Maybe, but I do think there's more to him than that. Also, playing Beetlejuice on Broadway and Adam in Hazbin Hotel, Alex gets to play all the cool bad guys. Next, he should play the voice in my head telling me I'll never be good enough. While a lot of Adam could probably be summed up as frat bro-inspired bully with angelic power, I think where he really shines is when you compare him to Charlie. The two are mirror opposites of the other, and they also wonderfully reflect Hazbin's message that good and evil isn't as simple as black and white, regardless of what Adam may say in this very song. In the scene leading up to this song, we see Adam, the first man ever, now currently an angel, exhibiting the 7 deadly sins, which is not what you'd expect from an angel representing heaven, a place that's supposedly for the pure and upright. I'm not going to go through each individual sin because this part of the video is going to be long enough as is, but to name a few: pride. I don't think I have to explain, but he obviously takes great pride in his status as the first man and
Dickmaster,
allowing said status to see himself as above others, essentially giving him permission to do whatever he pleases. After all, not only is he a winner from heaven, he's the first man. He can do what he wants. Lust. He very openly and crudely talks about how he got to sleep with a woman after he wooed her with such romantic words like,
I'm the original dick. All dicks descend from me.
And lastly for now, gluttony. The entire time throughout his and Charlie's conversation leading up to the song, he's snacking on some very admittedly delicious-looking holographic ribs. It's no holographic meatloaf, but I'm sure they're still tasty. By the way, having Adam snack on ribs of all foods, that is a top-tier joke. And if you don't get it, give the Book of Genesis a quick read. By the time the musical number starts, the plate of ribs is nothing more than bones, meaning Adam went through them all. And so I give you the deadly sin of gluttony, not to be confused with the homunculus from Fullmetal Alchemist. Charlie, meanwhile, throughout the episode has done nothing but exhibit the 7 heavenly virtues, not something you'd expect from the Princess of Hell, who has no doubt been exposed to some of the most vile and degenerate parts of humanity, which is part of why I love her character so much, with how she remains hopeful and optimistic in spite of that, always choosing to see the potential good in others and give them a second chance, such as Penchus in episode 2. But to go through a few of the virtues she exhibits: patience. Despite Adam's horrible and obnoxious behavior throughout the entire meeting, she retains her composure throughout the entire ordeal. Sure, her face gives away her annoyance and exhaustion, but she never lashes out at Adam or calls him out on his behavior, deciding to be patient with him so that way she has the best chance at pitching her Hazbin Hotel to him. As we see in episode 7 when she's getting heckled by Susan, she does have a temper and can lose it if she's pushed to a certain degree. But she puts the needs of her people before her own feelings in this instance, so that way she can try and stop the exterminations by keeping Adam in the best possible mood when she pitches her hotel. Patience at its finest. Good works. I mean, the whole premise of this show is based around her good works, the Hazbin Hotel. While Happy Day in Hell and future episodes clearly demonstrate that Charlie doesn't fully understand the people of Hell and how they think and feel, just think of the script she has Angel Dust and Penchus read in episode 2, there's no denying her pure and noble intentions in trying to help redeem Hell's inhabitants. And even if it's not in the way she expected, and she may not even know it as of the ending to season 1, the hotel is a genuine success, with how Penchus ascends to heaven after sacrificing himself to try and stop Adam from killing everyone and destroying the hotel. So yeah, Charlie is no stranger to good works. And lastly, humility. Unlike Adam, who allows his status as the first man to give himself an ego the size of Mount Rushmore, Charlie doesn't let her status as the Princess of Hell influence her personality or decision-making in any major way. She briefly tries to in episode 4, when she forces her way into Valentino's studio to get Angel Dust time off away from his shoots, but that was only after Vaggie convinced her to do so, and she really didn't want to, only deciding to go through with it when she thought it would be the best course of action to get Angel Dust away from his work. And obviously, that ends up blowing up in her face in a fiery and tragic way. Tragic for her because she had to witness how her good intentions can cause harm to others due to her naivety, and tragic for Angel, who was punished for the destruction Charlie caused. Aside from this instance though, she really doesn't flaunt the fact that she's the Princess of Hell often, even when she's trying to rally the citizens of Cannibal Town. She doesn't mention her status as Princess of Hell in any meaningful way until the song Ready for This starts. And even then, what she's saying is more to herself in that song. When she's reaching out to the citizens of Cannibal Town, it's not as the Princess of Hell, it's as someone who wants to protect the people she cares for. And just like how her mother inspired the masses of Hell with her voice, she manages to do the same. But this isn't the Ready for This portion of the video, so let's set that topic aside for now. All this was to say, Charlie is mega humble. Charlie and Adam are polar opposites of each other, and that's why Adam works so well as an antagonist. In order to achieve her goals, Charlie has to go against someone who exemplifies and represents the exact opposite of everything she represents and is trying to achieve. And that's not to mention, he's just really fun too. The writers did a great job at making Adam evil, but still hilariously entertaining. He has some of the funniest lines of the show, and even when he's doing and saying really despicable things, it's hard to hate him when he really does just give off major jock dude bro energy. And again, Alex Brightman, along with being a fantastic singer, is so funny when he's playing Adam, and Penchus too for that matter. But that's not all to Adam. While our time with him in Season 1 is relatively short, I do want to point out one specific instance that shows that there may be more to his character than a bully who has too much power thanks to his privilege as the first man, and that would be his death. Right before he dies, as Lute is trying to get him to stay awake and conscious, he smiles at her, and it seems so genuine. Let me get this out of the way real quick. Adam is a horrible person who absolutely deserved what he got. He actually deserved worse if we're being honest. Along with being a holier-than-thou man-baby, he partook in a yearly genocide of the residents of Hell, and he took joy and pride in what he did. They're sinners and demons after all. They had their chance in life, they blew it, so they get what they deserve. They're beneath me. The first man and now an angel of heaven, the home of the winners and the righteous. Despite indulging in this mindset throughout the show and killing off Penchus and Dazzle in the finale, I felt some twinge of sadness when I saw that smile. I think Adam is a lonely individual. We don't get to see much of him in heaven, so what I'm about to say is essentially a headcanon, but the Hazbin Hotel fandom loves headcanons, so here we go. I think Adam pushed everyone away with his obnoxious attitude and personality. Everyone aside from Lute, that is, but I'll get to that in a minute. If he acts even half as obnoxiously as he does in episode 1 in heaven, I can't imagine many of heaven's residents want to spend time with him. Sure, they'll tolerate him and acknowledge his status and power as the first man, but their behavior towards him is probably more akin to how Sarah is with him, reluctant acceptance of what he says and wants. And you're not gonna get any meaningful bonds with people that way. I also think Adam's twisted view of women and misogynistic remarks probably stem from how emasculated he felt after Lilith disobeyed him and pursued a relationship with Lucifer, and then his second wife Eve also left him for Lucifer. It's kinda funny, I'm not gonna lie, and he absolutely deserved it, but I can still imagine the toll that took on him. But to be fair, I mean it's Jeremy Jordan voicing Lucifer, can you blame Lilith and Eve for choosing him? Point is, Adam is a broken and insecure man who hides these feelings of inadequacy and weakness through his obnoxious personality and his wicked actions, which only pushes people away, meaning he'll forever be alone, except for Lute, someone who actively chooses to be around Adam and encourage his behavior. He can call her
Danger tits.
and she'll reward him with a fist bump. So when Adam is dying in the finale of Season 1 and slowly realizing that his sad and lonely existence is coming to an end, Lute rushes to his side, clearly distraught. And for the first time in a long time, maybe forever, Adam feels seen and valued. He can die knowing his existence meant something to at least one person, and that's why he smiles at her. He finally feels like his life had meaning and impact, and it's through someone who's been by his side throughout the entire show. He may never have even realized how much Lute's presence meant to him until this point, but I do think that in that moment, it meant the world to him that she was by his side while he died. Now, is it possible I'm reading way too far into a facial expression that lasts literally less than a second in the episode? It's possible, but that smile had to be put in there for a reason, right? And I think Vivziepop and the rest of the crew are masters when it comes to giving moments of emotional characterization through subtle or quick details, so I stand by what I said. If they just wanted Adam to be a one-note villain with no emotional depth or nuance, why include that smile towards Lute? I would love to hear everyone's thoughts on that matter, so please comment down below. I think there's a lot to discuss with Adam besides him just being hilarious and fun, so let's all have a fun time talking about our one and only
Dickmaster.
While we're on the topic of Adam and his impact on the story, let me discuss my personal thoughts on how it could still be used going forward, and then I promise I'll actually talk about the song Hell is Forever. But hey, I'm like 3 script pages into this Adam deep dive, so what's a little more? I absolutely think Adam should be brought back into Hazbin Hotel's story at some point. Maybe not right away in Season 2, but there is some serious storytelling potential with bringing him back. Adam may have been killed by Nifty, who was wielding an angelic weapon, but if Penchus, who had an earthly life, then an afterlife in hell, can ascend to heaven and achieve a third life even after being killed by angelic power, which should mean permadeath, who's to say Adam, who had his first life as the first man, a second afterlife as an angel, and was killed by an angelic weapon, can't spawn in hell as a demon due to his wicked and cruel actions. I think bringing him back as a sinner/demon in hell would be amazing. Not just to hear more of Alex Brightman as Adam, but it could be used to really put Charlie's ideals to the test. What if Adam goes to the Hazbin Hotel looking for help? Will Charlie be able to stay true to her beliefs that everyone deserves a second chance and let him stay at the hotel with the others? While Charlie is no stranger to helping sinners who have done bad things, none of the current residents at the hotel personally wrong her to the extent Adam has. Not only did he kill a countless amount of her people every year and enjoyed doing so, he just recently killed Pensius and Dazzle. Charlie may be a kind and forgiving optimist, but even she has to have her limits. And giving someone who's caused her so much pain and suffering may just be that limit. But Charlie turning Adam away from the hotel, a place that's supposed to be all about second chances and redemption, would not be a good look for anyone else considering giving the hotel a shot. Bringing Adam back would really challenge Charlie as a character, and I think it would be a great way to really dive into the hearts of both her and Adam. I personally think she would accept Adam and give him a chance, but it wouldn't be easy for her. And then, of course, there's Adam's side to this. Would him joining the hotel be a genuine effort to better himself because he realized the horrific nature of who he once was once he spawned into hell? Or would this be part of some ploy to take the hotel down and eventually get his way back into heaven? It would be extremely interesting to see if Adam, once being spawned into hell, realizes the errors of his ways or simply doubles down on his cruel behavior and personality. Maybe he'll convince himself that being in hell is some sort of mistake, and he'll try to bide his time until the next extermination where he can hopefully contact loot. Maybe he'll try to climb the ranks of hell and become an overlord. There's so many ways that this can go, so I do hope we haven't seen the last of Adam. But if we have, it was fun while it lasted. And we could still hear Alex Brightman as Pensius, who will play some major role in heaven going forward, seeing as how he's the first sinner from hell to make it into heaven.